Quiet Queen's Guide to Obey Me cards. In this video, I'll be going over everything to do with cards. Cards are how you do battle in Obey Me, and how you advance in game to further story. We'll go over the different parts to the cards, how to level them up in Devil Tree. So let's get started. First, click your contacts. Now, in the last video we went over the different category of cards and how to edit teams so you can see your strongest attribute, as well as how many cards per attribute you have that are worth putting resources into. But just to reiterate, anything under SSR isn't really worth it, unless you're just going for milestone rewards. So just go for the top 3 rarity first. Cards are split into 2 types, Demon and Memory. Demon cards are the characters you will see in battle. Memory cards are like magic cards or abilities. You need 3 of each to do battle 3 Demon and 3 Memory cards. Remember, you can't use 3 cards of your favorite character. You have to use 3 different characters for Demon cards. Now let's start looking at individual cards. We'll start with My Pride is Solomon UR Plus card. So let's go over the parts of cards from here. Here is how you can see which attribute the card is. Every Demon card will have an attribute tenure the rarity. Here you can see the level that card is and how high it can be leveled up to. Stars are unlocked in Devil Tree, and we will go over that in a bit. This is the card's power. When a battle asks for what different attributes, this will tell you what power the card has for that attribute. Notice how this card is a Pride card, and its best attribute is Pretty, and Envy is its second best. The attribute that the card shows will always be its best and most powerful. This is where you access the skill tree, which is called Devil's Tree. You unlock bubbles to enhance the power of the card's different attributes. You also unlock stars, which allows you to level the card up more. And you can get other rewards too. Finally, there is the skill section, which tells you what the skill for card does and what level it currently is. If you have the right Joker cards, then you can level up the skill and it will do more of whatever the skill does. It also allows you to reach other areas of Devil's Tree, so you can make the card even more powerful. Speaking of which, let's go over Devil's Tree, shall we? I'll use this rare Mammon memory card as an example. Take a look at it. It's level 1. Its best attribute is Gluttony. I've not touched Devil's Tree yet, and its skill level is 1 out of 5. Now let's go into Devil's Tree and see how much stronger we can make it without leveling it up yet. We start at the beginning of the board labeled Start, and can see different paths, and the attributes are bubbles. Notice how each bubble is labeled plus 150. Pay attention to the list of attributes over here. It will help show you where the card stands before you try to unlock a bubble. The first bubble is Gluttony plus 150, so that means that unlocking the bubble will add 150 to the Gluttony attribute, making it stronger. Not only does unlocking bubbles cost Grim, but they also require items that sometimes match the attribute. As you unlock more and more bubbles, the Grim and the items will become more pricey. If you're lacking a certain item, you can select how to get, and you'll be shown where you can earn the item. Most items have various ways to collect them, and most you can target in a Kuber. Just click which lesson you want to go into, and it will instantly take you there. Warning, normal mode lessons are endless, but you can only do hard mode lessons 3 times a day, so it's best to grind out collecting in normal mode. Now let's go ahead and start upgrading. Notice how the first bubble is worth 500 Grim. Each attribute bubble or goodie bubble will have its own cost, so make sure you have enough. Now let's start to go over leveling up the card. In part 1, I said to use the skip function to collect card XP as it would be the less expensive option. Let me show you how that is. This card is still level 1 and it's only a rare rarity. It only has 2 stars to unlock, which means it can't naturally be leveled up as much as other rarities. There are ways to level break cards, but we're nowhere near ready for that. If you click level up, it will pull up this screen. And you can buy levels for Grim. The more levels you want to buy, or the higher level the card is, the more expensive that will be. Having some EXP from battle can help lower the cost, but not by much. Let me show you how much it would cost me to level this card up to its current max. 25 Grim to go from level 1 to 2 and 16. 600 to go from 1 to level 20. And buying levels doesn't do anything for Devil's Tree, so you still need to buy those. We don't need this card to be 20 yet, so let's start smaller. Now that it's level 10, we can unlock its first star in Devil's Tree. Did you see how the goodie bubble and this star bubble cost more and need extra items? That's cause you're getting more than just a plus to a single attribute. This star bubble gives Deckard ETH option to level up 10 more levels. Before, the max level the card could be was just 20, but now it's been raised to 30. Every time you unlock a star bubble, you get 10 extra levels to that card's max and you get a single story key for Devilgram. The higher the rarity, the more star bubbles a card has. Therefore, the more levels you can naturally unlock without having to level break a card. Once you pass a star bubble, the cost of all bubbles goes up. You'll need more items and more Grim, even for regular attribute bubbles. Now let's go over how to see what attributes you need in battle. You can see the recommended right here. Attributes that match in your lineup will glow and have an arrow. And while we're here, let me show you how to know if your skills are being used in battle. Skills from memory and demon cards will appear down here. You only need to play for them to be activated. Demon skills have cooldown and build-up periods, which you can see here. Tired Lucifer is my Lucifer skill, and you can see it named in the center when it activates. A wish-granting cat is Satan's skill. And a fleeting trip is Solomon's skill. Simply play and skills will activate. So you really only need to worry about skills on the upgrade page. What makes skill level annoying is how difficult it is to raise the level. As you unlock stars and Devil Tree spaces, you'll eventually reach a stopping point. You will either need to collect a repeat of the card, or you can use Joker cards to level up the skill level. To get a repeat of the card, you can get lucky and pull it from Night Mario. You can collect card pieces and combine them. However, most people's luck isn't that good, and some cards aren't available year-round. So it'll be up to Hoarding Raven to buy Joker cards, or get them from events and wait to use them. As an example, the party never ends. was gifted in pieces as login reward sand isn't available to pull a gainer collect pieces of. So to finish the card off, you'll have to use Joker cards. You can see how many you have up here and can buy more in Accusant for Raven. Raven is notoriously hard to get, and they cost from 300 to 500 Raven depending on rarity. You can get Raven as a login reward, an event reward, a reward for many copies of cards, and you can get it as a surprise guest reward twice a day. You can also get it sometimes in Devil's Tree. But as you can see, it takes a long time to save up enough. Another problem players run into is that they run out of Grim when leveling up, so it's a never-ending struggle. I typically pick one card to focus on at a time and go as far as I can with it. I start with my UR Plus cards and then down to UR, and then down to SSR. UR cards are typically stronger than SSR cards out of the gate, so I focus on UR and UR Plus Demon and Memory cards. Take them as far as I can in Level and Devil's Tree, then edit teams to see how I stand. If I'm lacking in an attribute, I focus on it until I can pass troublesome lessons more easily. It's grindy as hell, and it takes a while. But now I can almost always skip event battles, and normal mode only requires a power-up now and then. I still have to play most battles, but I'm not struggling and squeaking by anymore. I hope this helped you understand cards better and gave you an idea of how to make the game easier on yourself. Happy playing, MC!